Hello and welcome to the Feminine Millionaire Show. I'm your host, Polly Alexander. I'm a success coach, intuitive healer, and a passionate creative. And I believe that we all have the power to manifest magic and miracles into our life. If creating success in a spiritual, feminine, and joyful way is your goal, this show is for you. You'll understand how to overcome your past, bring your soul's greatest gifts to the world, and up-level your income, impact, joy, and happiness. Let's all rise together. Hello and welcome to episode 121 of the Feminine Millionaire Show. Saying no to manifest more. So in today's episode, I'm going to invite you to break the connection between how hard you work and how much you receive. To break the connection between how hard you work and how successful you are. But first, let's backtrack a little. So this is the month of saying no. November has been about a no for me. And in episode 119, Slow Down and Simplify, I talked about why I make the decision to say no in November. So what was it a no to? Well, it was no to requests to meet up. It was no to requests for a Zoom meeting. It was no to launching, no to pushing, no to chasing, no to getting frustrated when things weren't going at the pace I wanted, and no to putting work before my personal life and my personal well-being. Now, being in the energy of receiving is a big focus in my world, and especially in my Thrive Beautifully Mastermind. Feminine energy, manifesting, attracting, creating, embodying this energy of receiving and pleasure and grace and ease is at the heart of my philosophy, and it's also what is available for you too. So now we're at the end of the month. I thought I would share the results of this experiment, a little more about what I did, and most importantly, what unfolded in the space that I created. So all of these no's I've just shared with you acted as boundaries around my time and energy. And essentially they freed up my time and energy to be actively directed in a way that was in alignment with how I wanted to feel. And what this fertile, open space did was be a vortex for new things to manifest into, for things to be created within and attracted towards. And when our cupboards are stuffed to overflowing and the doors won't close, it's very hard to manifest the new in. It's very hard to move forwards when there is no space for anything new. So what was it a yes to? You've heard what it was a no to. What was November a yes to for me? It was a yes to leading with my personal well-being. It was a yes to more rest and relaxation. It was a yes to completing various life admin tasks that had been sitting on my to-do list for weeks and months. And it was a yes to allowing myself the time and energy to fix some things around the house and to do some home improvements. So there was a big theme of completion, allowing myself to complete some projects in my life, which also makes space for the new. It was also a yes to spontaneity, a yes to being out in the world and away from my desk more, a yes to allowing my feminine energy to lead and my spontaneous desires moment to moment to lead the way. And it was a yes to having space to manifest the new into my life. So What happened in this space I created? Well, it was quite remarkable. Now, bearing in mind, I had intentions for the month, but they weren't really goals. They weren't things to be pushed for, strived for. They were more directions for the energy to flow and intentions. And there were three main things that came into this fertile space I created. The first one was a lot of men. The second was a lot of support. And the third was a lot of completion. Now, when a woman's in her feminine energy, because of polarities, it naturally attracts in the masculine. Now, we do have our own belief systems and past traumas and wounds that we need to work through. And the more you can embody your feminine energy, the more you will invite in the support of the masculine energy. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean just through men, but it could be through things, masculine structures like banks, the legal system, the government, money. So first up was the manifestation of Charlie Cooper, my new handyman. I had been looking for a Charlie Cooper for a long time and he just wasn't showing up in my space. And then there he was, and he responded quickly and efficiently. And because I'd freed up time in my schedule, I was easily able to accommodate the work over multiple days without getting stressed or frustrated about juggling it around work commitments. He had some great ideas for improving some things around my home above and beyond what I'd expected. He even, after putting up the toilet roll holder in the bathrooms, he even folded the toilet paper into a beautiful triangle. Charlie Cooper, you know how to make a grown woman happy. And because he was also a skilled carpenter, he had an idea for remodeling my kitchen to accommodate a second fridge for my beloved hand-brewed artisan kombucha. Even the second fridge is also about having more than enough space, rather than just enough space. This is about having more than enough space so that I can expand into that. And then my next door neighbour, who is a constructor, spent an hour investigating a major issue at my home. He even brought round an expert and offered me the answer I'd been searching for several years without success. In this space I created came in a light that illuminated the pathway forwards. Even Teddy Pom-Pom, my little Pomeranian, was in on the action. He even ran up to a woman in the car park when we were out on a walk, and she turned out to be a cleaner. So she's potentially our new cleaner. We've been looking for the right person for ages. I also manifested in more support in all different ways, an amazing bodywork expert, an incredible bioresonance expert who helped me make huge shifts in my allergies. I manifest an offer of hypnotherapy sessions from a friend that is training. I manifest in a wonderful new friend who lives near me, which has been on my vision board for several years to have a friend within walking distance. 2 legal cases where people owed me money finally completed in my favour. My new website design was completed and signed off. The paintings I bought over the last few years all got framed and looking amazing. So much progress, but without pushing or striving or pressure, but just with manifesting, attracting, allowing. I also magnetized in an amazing date and opened up flow in the romantic area of my life. And I started painting in my art studio again, something I've been wanting to do for ages. So I wanted to share some takeaways from this month. I hope it's inspired you in some way, because December could be the month you say no, or January. Or you could have a week of saying no if you want to play with this. But there's 4 key takeaways I'm going to leave you with today to help you create this new pace or help you create this vortex for yourself. Number 1, create the space, and then what you desire can come in. Okay, create the space first, and then what you desire can come in. So often we try the other way around. We're working, hustling, trying to get what we want when there isn't even really space for it to come in. So create the space first. The universe loves a vacuum and will fill it. Number 2, you are allowed to put yourself first, but it's a decision you have to make and really put your stake in the ground and expect to be challenged by the universe when you do this. As soon as I'd made the decision to say no in November, several people reached out to me and asked to meet up and asked to share possible collaborations with me. So it took a lot of resilience and determination on my part to say no and not to feel that I was missing out, but to simply say, hey, I'd love to talk more about this, or I'd love to see you. Can you come back to me in the start of December, because this month I'm saying no. If something's really meant for you, it will circle back round. Now, it's never going to be the right time to have a month of saying no. And this is where the inner work of releasing programs of codependency, people pleasing, worrying about what others will think, guilt, and so on are absolutely critical. And this is why this is included in the work we do in my year-long mastermind, Thrive Beautifully. The inner work, freeing up your energetic space. This is what quantum leaps your business results. Okay, takeaway number 3 is to define success on your own terms. Only you get to decide what a successful month looks like for you. Now this, unexpectedly, because it wasn't the goal, but this was a very successful month for me. Not measured by sales, revenue, recognition, or work success, but measured by my own expansion, pleasure, cherished times, the amount of support I received, and a big up level in the energy of my home. And takeaway number 4, don't assume that doing less means achieving less. Don't assume that doing less means achieving less. Because when you slow down and sit back and allow and drop resistance, you actually activate your ability to receive. So open up to possibilities that doing less could mean achieving more, because that's certainly what happened for me this month. I intend today has inspired you. If you are not already on my list, I invite you to join by signing up for the free gift, the success meditation and workbook in the show notes. I look forward to being with you again next week. Bye for now. As we near to the end of the year, I just want to say a big heartfelt thank you. I know for those of you in the US, it's Thanksgiving season. So happy Thanksgiving. And this is my chance to say thank you to you for listening to the show, for being a regular listener and a follower. We just got the Spotify stats through for the Feminine Millionaire Show for 2023. And hundreds of you have the Feminine Millionaire Show in your top 10 podcasts. So I'm really, really grateful for that. Thank you for listening. If you're not a regular listener, make sure you hit the follow button on your podcast app so that you receive notification when new episodes drop. And I want to say a big thank you to everybody that has taken the time and energy to leave reviews. We actually have a 5-star review. I think there's over 60 reviews now, which is incredible. I just want to say thank you so much. And if you've been listening for a while, but you just haven't got round to writing a review, I really appreciate it. It helps spread the word about this show to more people and bring this message that true abundance is possible for everyone to the world. So thank you for playing your part in that. Thank you for being along for the journey. And I'm excited to continue to inspire you into 2024. I will be running up to Christmas and then I will be taking a break in January. It's actually a landmark birthday for me. So I'm going to be going on a wild adventure to celebrate, and you'll hear all about it on my return. But for now, just thank you for being here. I love and appreciate you. Have a wildly abundant week.